Good evening, everyone. As the audit engagement partner of ZULKEFALI and partners, my primary responsibility is to ensure that our audit opinion is supported by sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, and that our independence is not compromised. At this point, several significant issues remain unresolved. So let me briefly go through them one by one. First, the company has recognized 35 million ringgit of revenue from a variation order that has not yet received formal customer approval. Although management believes there is a high probability of approval, we still require auditors to obtain sufficient and appropriate evidence before relying on management's assertions. Second, 80 million ringgit of trade receivables remain outstanding for more than 180 days, yet no impairment has been recognized. This raises concerns regarding the reasonableness of management's estimates and the reliability of reported profits. Third, I am concerned about the undisclosed related party transaction involving a company linked to the CEO's family member. Transparency and proper disclosure are essential to maintain stakeholder confidence. We have also received a whistleblower allegation recently. This also increases fraud risk considerations. Although no evidence has yet confirmed the allegation, auditors must maintain professional skepticism and investigate unusual circumstances. Finally, the company's refinancing uncertainty and debt covenant pressure may require additional consideration relating to going concern. At this stage, based on what we have seen so far, I am not prepared the issue an unmodified audit opinion. My recommendation is that management provide additional evidence and disclosures before any final decision is made. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As the CEO of SMB, my responsibility is to ensure the company continues operating successfully while creating value of the shareholders and meeting market confidence. I acknowledged the concern raised by our auditors, but I believe the financial statement present a fair representation of the company's auditor performance and position. Regarding the 35 million ringgit variation order, the work has already been completed and accepted optionally. The delay related only to formal documentation from a commercial priority. We have every reason to respect the approval. Similarly, the overdue receivables largely invoice government-linked entities with the strong payments history. Delayed the common in construction sectors and should not automatically be expressed as creative losses. Concerning the related parties' subcontract management decision was the best business considerations, including pricing and technical capability. There was no intention to miss the shareholders or concerned information. I'm particularly concerned about the burden implications of a modified audit opinion. Such an outcome could affect refinancing negotiations, inverse confidence, share price stability, and the company's reputations. My position is that SMB remains financially strong and optionally sound. I hope today's discussion focuses on resolving concerns constructively rather than creating unnecessary constantly in the market.
Okay, thank you. As CFO, my responsibility is to ensure that the company's accounting treatment reflects the economic relate of our business activities. From management's perspective, the accounting decision made this year were based on reasonable professional judgment. For the 35 million ringgit variation ordered, management recognized revenue because the work has been substantially complete and customer approve is considered highly likely based on past experience and ongoing negotiations. Regarding the 80 million ringgit outstanding receivables, our assessments indicate that the balance remains recoverable. Most of those amounts are due from government-linked organizations with strong credit standard and a history of eventual payment. With respect to going concern, management has prepared cash flow forecast and its activity engaged in refinancing discussion with the leader based on available information. We do not believe this is significant doubt regarding the company's ability to continue operating. I understand auditors need to evidence and documentation and provide additional support where necessary. My concern is the exercise conversations may not accurately reflect the economic substance of the company's operations and may unfairly affect a stakeholder processing of SMB.
Okay, thank you everyone. As the chair of the audit committee, my role is to provide independent oversight of financial reporting, governance, and the audit process while protecting the interests of all shareholders. I view the issue before us from both a governance and accountability perspective. The unresolved revenue recognition issue, the large overdue receivable, the related party transaction, and the whistleblower allegation all have implication beyond accounting. They affect stakeholder trust and the credibility of our corporate governance framework. At the same time, I recognize management concern regarding market reaction and financing arrangement. However, governance requires balance. The objective is not simply to avoid negative outcome, but to ensure decisions are supported by evidence, transparency, and proper oversight. I am particularly concerned about whether sufficient information has been communicated to the board and whether appropriate disclosure have been made to a shareholder. My expectation today is that both management and the auditor clearly justify their positions so that we can reach a decision that protects both the company and its stakeholder.
All right, thank you. So I represent minority shareholders and institutional investors who rely heavily on the integrity of companies' financial reporting and governance practices. So from our perspective, the central issue today is trust. So shareholders can accept business challenges and market uncertainty, but they cannot make informed decision if information is incomplete or insufficient disclosed. So the 35 million ringgit revenue recognized without formal approval raised the questions about whether reported earnings may be overstated, and the 80 million ringgit overdue receivables raise concerns regarding liquidity and earnings quality. The undisclosed related party transaction is particularly troubling because transparency is a fundamental principle of good governance. And for the whistleblower allegation, further increases concerns about the effectiveness of internal controls and the company's ethical culture. And as investors, we are less concerned about short-term share price movement than about the long-term credibility of the company. So my position is that transparency, accountability, and proper disclosure must take priority over short-term market consideration. So I hope today's discussion provides clear answer to these concerns and demonstrate that shareholder interests are being properly protected. Thank you.
All right, Mr. CFO, I would like to revisit the 35 million ringgit variation order. We must obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence before accepting management's assertions. Can you explain why revenue was recognized despite the absence of formal customer approval?
Okay, actually, the work has already been complete and accepted operationally. The customer has no challenge the variation order and similar approvals have historically been granted. Management therefore believes recognized reflects economic substance.
Well, I understand management's position. However, historical approval does not automatically constitute audit evidence. If approval is delayed or rejected after year-end, the recognized revenue may be materially misstated. How can we objectively verify management's estimate in this situation?
With respect, construction project cannot always wait for the paperwork. If we only recognize revenue effort, every document is signed. The financial statement may fail to reflect actual project performance.
Okay, so Mr. CEO, investors are not concerned with operational assumption. They are concerned with reliability. So if 35 million ringgit represent a significant portion of profit, shouldn't shareholders expect stronger evidence?
I believe management experience should also be considered.
Sorry, interrupt. Would management consider postponing recognition until formal approval is received? That may reduce audit uncertainty.
That would reduce profit significantly and potentially affect law convent calculations.
That may be true. However, um, that is precisely why professional skepticism is required. The greater the incentive to recognize revenue, the greater the risk of bias. Okay, so now let's discuss the 80 million ringgit receivables outstanding for more than 180 days. Could management explain why no impairment has been recorded?
Actually, most balance relates to government-linked entities. Historically, collections have always been received.
We need to assess whether events or conditions may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. If these receivables remain uncollected, what impact would this have on cash flow?
It would create temporary pressures, but refinancing discussions are processing.
Are refinancing agreement already secured?
Not yet. Negotiations are ongoing.
So let me clarify that the company is relying on overdue receivables being collected and refinancing being approved. So both are still uncertain. Should shareholders not be informed of these uncertainties?
I think that would be unnecessary harms the market.
All right, respectfully, withholding uncertainty may be more dangerous than disclosing it.
I agree. The issue is not whether management is optimist. The issue is whether investors have enough information to make informed decisions.
Yes, exactly. Going concern disclosure does not mean the company will fail. It simply ensures transparency regarding existing risks.
I would like to discuss the 120 million ringgit subcontract awarded to a company which connected to the CEO's family member. So why was this not disclosed?
The company was selected based on the capability and pricing. There was no intentions to gain personal benefit.
Okay, so whether benefit exists is not the point. Why was the relationship itself omitted?
Management viewed the transactions as commercially justified.
Related party transactions require particular attention because they may create conflicts of interest. Disclosure is necessary even if the transaction is conducted at market value.
Was the audit committee informed of the family relationship before approval?
I think not formally.
That concerns me. The board cannot effectively monitor the governance risk if relevant information is withheld.
And it's okay. And from investor perspective, this creates the appearance of favoritism, even if no wrongdoing occurred. Transparency is essential.
I acknowledged that disclosure could have been handled better.
All right. Actually, we recently received an anonymous whistleblower allegation involving inflicted project progress and fictitious invoices. Auditors must consider fraud risk seriously. So, what investigation has management performed?
An internal review was conducted and the evidence of fraud was found.
Okay, and who conducted the review?
A senior member of management.
So all the individuals potentially connected to the allegations?
Yes.
Would that not create a conflict of interest?
I share that concern. An independent investigation may be more appropriate.
There is certainly no evidence supporting the allegations.
That's true. However, auditors are required to maintain professional skepticism even when allegations are unsubstantiated. The absence of evidence is not necessarily evidence of absence.
Exactly. So if the allocation later proves true, shareholder will ask why stronger action was not taken. Partner, I also have concerns regarding auditor independence. Non-audit fees represent 80% of audit fees. So how can investors be confident that the audit remain objective?
That is a valid question. Separate teams performed the non-audit services and safeguards were implemented.
Okay, but would an independent observer perceive a threat?
Potentially, yes. The IESBA code identifies self-interest threats where fees become economically significant.
Oh, management exert any pressure regarding the audit opinion?
Yes, management has expressed concerns regarding market reaction, but ultimately our responsibility is to issue an opinion based on evidence.
Actually, we simply want to fail the assessment.
Yes, and fairness requires independence. If stakeholders question our objectivity, confidence in the audit process is undermined. Okay, thank you everyone for your contributions today. Based on all discussions and evidence available today, I conclude that several material matters remain unresolved. The variation order revenue lacks sufficient supporting evidence. The collectibility of receivables remains uncertain. The related party transaction has not been adequately disclosed. The whistleblower allegation requires further investigation. Furthermore, going concern disclosures may be necessary due to refinancing uncertainties. In accordance with auditing standards and professional ethics, I cannot support an unmodified opinion at this time. Unless management provides sufficient evidence and enhanced disclosures, I intend to issue a qualified opinion. This decision is based solely on audit evidence and the public interest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, partner. Actually, I'm disappointed by the decision because I believe the company has delivered a strong optional performance during the year. My concern remains that the qualified opinions may negatively affect investor confidence, reflecting the negotiation and our market reputation. However, I also recognize that the auditors have an independent responsibility to act in the public interest. Management respects the audit process and the understanding the importance of maintaining stakeholders' confidence through the transparency. Moving forward, we will work closely with the finance teams and the audit communities to prove any additional documentations required by the audit. Where disclosure needed strengthened, we are prepared to make the necessary improvements. While we may not agree with every conclusions researched today, we remain committed to addressing these issues professionally and responsibly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For management perspective, we continue to believe that the accounting treatment adopted were based on reasonable professional judgment and reflected the economic substance of the underlying transactions. Nevertheless, today's discussion have highlighted areas where additional support evidence may be required. I acknowledge the auditor's concerns regarding the variation order revenue, overdue receivables, and related party disclosure. As CFO, I take responsibility to ensure that our financial reporting remained accurate and compliant with applicable standards. Following this meeting, my team will receive the relevant accounting estimates, review the impairment assessment for receivables, and evaluate whether additional disclosure should be included in financial statements. Our objective is not only compliance but also maintain the confidence of shareholders and other stakeholders.
Okay, thank you everyone. Today's discussion has demonstrated why the strong corporate governance is essential. The audit committee's responsibility is not to support management blindly, nor to challenge auditor unnecessarily. Our role is to ensure that decisions are made transparently, objectively, and the best interest of shareholders. Although a qualified opinion is not the outcome many of us hope for, I believe it is important that concerns raised by the auditor are addressed appropriately. The committee will oversee management's corrective action and ensure that outstanding issues receive proper attention. We will also review whether governance process relating to related party transaction, risk management, and whistleblower investigation requires training. Our priority is to restore the confidence while maintaining the highest standard of accountability and transparency. Thank you.
Thank you. So, on behalf of minority shareholder, I appreciate the open discussion that has taken place today. While qualified opinion may create short-term uncertainty in the market, transparency should always take precedence over convenience. Investors understand that business face challenge and risks. What shareholders expect is honest reporting, proper disclosure, and effective governance. So the concerns discussed today regarding revenue recognition, overdue receivables, related party transactions, and whistleblower allegation are matters that investors deserve to understand fully. For that reason, I support the auditor's decision to prioritize evidence and transparency. I also welcome management's commitment to improving disclosure and addressing the issue identified during the audit. Ultimately, long-term shareholder confidence is built not on a perfect result, but on trust, accountability, and good governance. Thank you, everyone. I think that's all for today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.